Glendora. This is your market update for June 2024. We're going to be going over the sales, the stats, and what is happening right now if you're looking to buy a house, if you're looking to sell a house in Glendora. My name is John Tomaszewski. I'm with Kaleo Real Estate. And if you'd like to know more about selling your home in Glendora, if you'd like to know more about buying a home in Glendora, all of my contact information is located below in the description. And here is my phone number. Go ahead and text me and we'll chat.
Watch the video through to the end for pro tips that could save you a lot of trouble.
Okay, let's do this. In Glendora right now, there is one home coming to the market. So it's coming soon. It's not officially listed. I can't tell you the address or show you pictures of it, but I will let you know this. It's a 2,000 square foot home on a 60,000 square foot lot. That is more than 1 acre, and it is right off Route 66, or as many of us call it, Route 66, or as some of us call it, Route 66. It's right off Route 66. It's in the hills, yet it's very close to downtown on a huge lot. So keep your eyes peeled. The current list price is $1.180,000, but that could change when they actually release it to market. So it's nothing to get anchored to yet, but just letting you know it's around that price range. So just think the $1.2 million price range, large lot, right off Route 66, very close to downtown. All right, let's get to the next thing on our market update. Currently, there are 52 active listings on the market right now that are not in escrow yet. Lowest price in Glendora right now is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom for $680,000. That's only been on the market for 2 days. Highest price home in Glendora right now. Ooh, drum roll. Are you drumming? Are you drumming? It's an 8,800 square foot house on a 48,000 square foot lot. 6 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms. Going for $9,495,000. This home has been on the market for almost 1,000 days. So it's been up for a long time. Even for a house in the $5-10 million, 1,000 days can be a long time for you if you're trying to sell it. However, the higher price the home, the smaller the buyer pool. So if you're in Glendora and you're going, why hasn't this house sold? It's been on the market. It must be overpriced. Yes, it can be overpriced. But when you start reaching those, $5 million, $10 million homes, the buyer's pool shrinks smaller and smaller and smaller. So they're still looking for a buyer. So it's just something to be aware of. Now let's talk about what is in escrow right now in Glendora. Right now, there are 41 homes in escrow in Glendora. 10 of those homes went into escrow in 7 days or less. So in 1 week or less, 10 of those 41 homes went into escrow. 17 of them went into escrow in 2 weeks or less, in 14 days or less. And the rest were in escrow after that length of time. So some of them have been on the market for 100 days. What is that telling you if you're a home seller? Well, if less than half of the homes in escrow right now went into escrow in 2 weeks or less, you can kind of count on, hey, it's almost a coin toss. It's almost a coin toss. It's almost a coin toss if your house is going to go into escrow that fast. Really, overall, the general sense is if you have a home priced in the less than $3 million range, it's okay if it's not an escrow in 2 weeks. Don't panic. 3 years ago, you might have been like, what did we do wrong? Did we pray to the wrong God? Did we misprice our home? Now, if it's not an escrow in 2 weeks, you're cool. It's fine. Chill out. If it's not an escrow in 6 weeks, let's talk. In the last month, 45 escrows closed. 45 properties were sold. But this is the most interesting thing to me. The last month, almost 30 houses, 29 houses were in escrow in 2 weeks or less out of those 45 that closed. Lowest price sale of these was $535,000, and highest price sale was almost $3 million. It was $2.9 million. So a wide variety, and that's what Glendora offers. Glendora has what some may consider affordable places to buy. $535,000. You can have a nice little condo, or there are townhomes that sold. Let's see when they sold. There was one that sold for $660,000. There was one that sold for $670,000. And there was even a couple single family homes that sold for $690,000. So Glendora does offer a little bit more of that. It's harder to find that if you're in a city like Verne, where there's just nobody's moving. So you're like, I got $500,000. Can I just at least buy a tiny condo? It's like, there's like one tiny condo complex by the 210 freeway and nobody's selling it right now. So it's like the inventory is really tight there. Glendora, you've got a little bit more options. Whether you're a seller, looking to downsize and I want to stay in Glendora, but I want, my kids have moved out. I want a small house in Glendora or a condo in Glendora. You can downsize in Glendora. It's harder in a city like Verne. I just use those examples because that's what I know. This is my region. You know what I mean, dog? You know what I mean? All right, let's look at the National Association of Realtors snapshot of what's going on in Glendora right now. As of this video, the median sales price in Glendora is $875,000. Now that's changed over last month, as we can see, almost 7%. That's almost a 7% increase over what the median sales price was last month. So do the math. And you'll be like, whoa, that's tens of thousands of dollars. Now let's look at the data that is called the market snapshot. Median estimate home value is $884,000. That data, as you can see, is from April 30th. So this changes, but it takes a couple months for them to compile the data and release it to us. I find this interesting. The change over last month is 2% for the home values. You know, if you have $1 million house, 2% up is, we're talking about money here. Change over the last 3 months, okay, almost 5%. Change over the last 24 months, 7.8. It's in 2 years to go up 8%. 8%.
Bonus tip time.
Folks, I mean, it's unreal. You thought houses were crazy expensive. Now they're crazier expensive. But it's great if you're a seller. If you're thinking about downsizing, you're thinking about moving out of state, if you have multiple properties, and you're like, I want to move with my partner to one property and consolidate and have use my nest egg to buy my Ferrari, then you're doing well. It is a great market to sell in. It is still a seller's market. But beware, there's much more collaborative negotiating between buyer and seller right now. As we said in the stats, as I let you know, like the days on market, the time it takes for things to go into escrow, that's extending a little bit. So don't panic. Be aware that the market is changing, but you still have the upper hand as the seller. You're still getting top dollar for your home. You might have to negotiate a little bit more because now instead of 10 offers, you might have 3 offers or two buyers going head to head. And if that happens, totally cool. You're still in the win right now. So don't lose sight of that. Don't lose perspective. As a Glendorian with property, you are in a great position right now. How long will this market last? We don't know. But right now, if you're doing something, if you're selling your house right now, you're in a great spot. Bonus tip for buyers. Home buyers, it is a challenge. Many of my young home buyer clients, and when I say young, I mean in the 28 to 45 range. That's still young, right? 45 is still young. Please say it with me now. 45 is still young. That age range is saving up huge down payments. It's not like just the husband's working and the mom's home with the kids. It's like both partners are working, making good money, and many of them are also getting family help on top of all that. So yeah, it's not an easy market if you're like, hey, I'm just a young couple and we just want to buy our first house in this really nice neighborhood in SoCal. It's like Glendora is not a starter home place unless you have a lot of income, a lot of family support, and a lot of financial skill to save up. It's not just to tell you that it's hard to buy a house, but it's also to tell you that there's nothing wrong with getting help from family. There's nothing wrong with saying, I don't have help from family and I can't afford a house in Glendora. Don't trip, chicken strip. Nothing wrong with you. It's just how economies work and it's not your fault. Now, if it is your fault, if you're buying fancy cars that are going down crazy in value, if you spend your money on silly, stupid, frivolous things all the time and you're like, dude, I mean, then it's something to work on. But either way, don't be too harsh on yourself. Just take this as a learning experience and move on. Glendora, thank you for watching. If you'd like to know more, you need to get in touch with me. My contact information is listed below, and here's my phone number right here. Feel free to text me, and I hope you have a great week, a great life, a great everything. Bye.